All right, I think we've got a quiet day. Not a whole lot of hockey news stuff going on today. So, as a result, I got time to talk about Lee Stempniak, who retired. And honestly, decent career for a guy who's drafted 148th overall in 2003. He made his debut in 05-06. That's the year after we lost an entire year to lockout. Plays 57 games, 14 goals, 13 assists, 27 points. 06-07, playing for the Blues that year as well. 82 games, 27 goals, 25 assists, 52 points. And this is where it's kind of like that season raised the bar, and it made people think that maybe Stempniak was going to be a 30-goal scorer and a big offensive guy, and that really wasn't his game. 07-08, his numbers drop. 80 games played, 13 goals, 25 assists, 38 points. So the assists stay the same, the goals drop dramatically. And he's really not a big goal scorer, although, we'll see, he does have a pretty good run after one of his trades. One of many. So he plays 14 games for the St. Louis Blues in 08-09. 3 goals, 10 assists, 13 points. And Toronto looks at his totals to that point and they say, you know what? Good young forward. We need him. So, November 24th, 2008, he's traded to Toronto for Carlo Colaiacovo and Alex Steen. Colaiacovo, injury prone, can't stay in the lineup, and Toronto wants to be rid of him, so you throw Steen in as the sweetener and goes to St. Louis, and you get Lee Stempniak back. 61 games for Toronto, 11 goals, 20 assists, 31 points, and he is your kind of whipping boy for Toronto at certain points. 2009-2010 plays 62 games for Toronto, 14 goals, 16 assists, 30 points. And this is more around where his totals end up being most seasons, but Toronto, March 3rd, 2010, he's traded to Phoenix. It's not yet Arizona, they're still Phoenix. In exchange for Matt Jones, a 2010 fourth-round pick, which became Grubauer, so that gets moved to Washington, and a seventh-round pick that year. He goes to the Phoenix Coyotes and has a fantastic run. 18 games, 14 goals, 4 assists, 18 points, meaning he has 28 goals that year, which is a career high. And it raises that bar again, and it leaves Coyotes fans going, wow, this guy can score. Yes, not a bad player, hard worker, but he's not really that big goal scorer. So 2010-2011 plays 82 games, 19 goals, 19 assists, 38 points. He's only a year removed from 28 goals, however. So the Calgary Flames, looking to rid themselves of Damon Lanko, August 29th, 2011, they make a one-for-one switch where Lanko goes to Arizona, then Phoenix, and it's Stempniak that goes to Calgary. So he's with team number 4. With the Flames in 2011-2012, plays 61 games, 14 goals, 14 assists, 28 points. 2012-2013, the lockout-shortened season, plays 47 games, 9 goals, 23 assists, 32 points. Decent point totals, considering it's a lockout-shortened season. 2013-2014, plays 52 games, 8 goals, 15 assists, 23 points, and Calgary goes, all right, so we're ready to move on for Lee Stempniak. March 5th, 2014, he is traded to Pittsburgh for a 2014 third-round draft pick in return. Goes to Pittsburgh, 21 games played, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points for the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's team number 5. Well, he becomes a free agent, and team number 6 comes along. The New York Rangers pick him up for 2014-2015. He plays 53 games, 9 goals, 9 assists, 18 points. And when you know it, the New York Rangers at the deadline move him to the Winnipeg Jets in exchange for Carl Klingberg. He plays 18 games for the Jets, team number 7. 18 games, 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points for the Winnipeg Jets. I can only assume they tried him at second-line center. 2015-2016, he signs with the New Jersey Devils. That's team number 8. 63 games, 16 goals, 25 assists, 41 points, and gets traded at the deadline. So February 29th, 2016, to Boston for a 2017 second and a 2016 fourth. That 2017 second, Mario Ferraro, who made his debut for San Jose. So that draft pick ends up going to San Jose. 19 games in Boston, 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points, and he becomes a unrestricted free agent. As a UFA, he signs with Carolina, team number 10. 82 games played in 2016-2017, 16 goals, 24 assists, 40 points. And then in 2017-2018, he returns to Carolina, 37 games, 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points. Plays some games in the minors that year. And then in 2018-2019, he plays approximately, I think it's 20 games he played in Providence. And then ended up playing 2 games for the Boston Bruins last season as well. Lee Stempniak, he's one of those guys that I would call like a Swiss Army knife, could be used in a lot of different situations for a team, move up and down the lineup. Popular at the trade deadline for depth, and he was traded often at the trade deadline. And this is one of those guys that you look at his career and you think, if the guy's got kids, and he does, it's got to be tough. It's got to be one of those tough things. So, moved around a lot, made his share of money in his time, and as long as it's well invested, he's probably set for life. 911 games played in his career, 203 goals, 266 assists, 469 points in his career. Not bad for a guy who was never an all-star, never considered really a top-line guy, but he plugged away in his career and he did pretty darn well. Again, you can look and say 9 teams got rid of him, or you can say 10 teams and overall wanted him on their roster. So that's how I prefer to look at it. These guys were in demand. If he played a little bit longer, he might have caught Mike Sillinger's record of 12, and he might even passed it. But as it stands, Sillinger, your record is safe. So there you go. The career of Lee Stempniak, kind of a fun thing to talk about as we get into the new season, as his careers come to an end. But very colorful career, and I would imagine that he's a guy who, if you asked him if we had a Hall of Fame for journeyman, and he's definitely a guy who would go into a journeyman Hall of Fame, and you said, all right, now you can pick one jersey that you wore in your career that we'll take a picture of you wearing for your picture in the Hall of Fame, what would it be? And my guess is St. Louis, but really, in all honesty, it could be Calgary, it could be Toronto, Phoenix. I don't know, because he spent time with a lot of teams. There you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just tap it upon this video. And again, it is the career of Lee Stempniak, a guy who bounced around the league plenty, and really, in all honesty, really solid career. So kudos to him. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.